Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, we are from Group 1. Today we want to presentation about basic grammar. This is our group member. The first, Nindy Citra Pratiwi. The second, Meilisa Ayu Pratiwi. The third, Muhammad Dandi Pratama. The fourth, Lamborghini Lionattan. And the last, it's me, Hairul Muhayat. Part of basic grammar. The first, simple present tense. The second, simple past tense. The third, simple future tense. The fourth, degree of completion. The fifth, passive voice. Simple present tense. Simple present tense is form of tense used to describe something. An action is happening right now or when it happens regularly. Simple present tense divided into the two types, verbal sentence and nominal sentence. How do we use the simple present tense? We use the simple present tense when the action is general. The action happens all the time or habitually in the past, present, or future. The action is not only happening now. The statement is always true. Used to be present tense. If you use to be they, we, or you can use to be are. If you use she, it, he, we can use is. And the last, if we use I, we can use am. Formula verbal. Positive structure. Subject plus verb 1 plus SRES plus object. Example, he plays football daily. Negative structure. Subject plus do or does plus not plus verb 1 plus object. Example, he does not play football daily. Question structure. Do or does plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. Example, does he play football daily? Formula nominal. Positive structure. Subject plus to be is MR plus object. Example, I'm a student. Negative structure. Subject plus to be is MR is not plus object. Example, I am not a student. Question structure. To be is MR plus subject plus object. Example, am I a student?
Okay, I will explain about simple past tense. Next. We use simple past to talk about things that had happened at a specific time in the past. Next. In making a positive simple past statement, the pattern is subject plus verb 2. For example, you saw me yesterday. Nick took his medicine. She gave you the book. You, Nick, and she are the subject. Saw, took, and gave are the verb. Next. For negative sentence, the structure is subject plus did not or didn't, verb plus verb in base form. For example, you saw me yesterday. You didn't see me yesterday. Nick took his medicine. Nick didn't take his medicine. She gave you the book. She didn't give you the book. We only insert the words didn't between the subject and the verb. Next. For question sentence, the structure is did plus subject plus verb in base form. For example, you saw me yesterday. Did you see me yesterday? Nick took his medicine. Did Nick take his medicine? She gave you the book. Did she give you the book? This time, we put it before the sentences and the verbs are still in their base form. Next.
Okay, I will explain simple future tense. Next. Simple future tense has a function to express something that will be done in the future. Next. In making a positive simple future statement using will, the pattern is subject plus will plus verb in base form. Examples: you will buy new shoes. They will attend class tomorrow. Next. Negative sentence: subject plus will not are won't plus verb in base form. Example: you won't buy new shoes. They won't attend the class tomorrow. Next. Question: will plus subject plus verb in base form. Examples: will you buy new shoes? Will they attend class tomorrow? Next. In making a positive simple present statement using be going to, the pattern is subject plus am is are plus going to plus verb in base form. Example: she is going to visit her brother in Canada. I'm going to call here. Negative sentence: subject am is are not plus going to plus verb in base form. Example: she is not going to visit her brother in Canada. I'm not going to call here. Okay, next. Question. Am is are plus subject plus going to plus verb in base form. Example: is he going to visit her brother in Canada? I'm going to call her. Okay.
Okay, now I will explain degree of comparison. Next. Degree of comparison is a kind of a comparison used to compare something with another thing or with the others using adjectives to compare. Next. Degree of comparison divided into three kinds: positive, comparative, and superlative. Next. Positive degree. It is a comparison to compare one thing with another in the same level. The rules are: first, there is no additional type of each adjective. Tall, still tall; smart, still smart; slim, still slim. Next. Rules B. Don't forget to put as before and after adjective. Tall to as tall as; smart to as smart as. Example: Rina is as beautiful as my classmate Rani. Mr. Brown can run as fast as my lecturer Mr. Black. Next. Second, comparative degree. It is to compare one thing with another thing in a different level. Rules number 1 is: it is one or two syllables, adjective plus er, put then after adjective itself. Example: Borobudur Temple is bigger than Prambanan Temple. Mr. Kennedy is shorter than Mr. Goel. Next. Rule B. It is three or more syllables, adjective doesn't change. We put more before adjective itself, then at, then after the adjective. Example: Hani is more beautiful than Hannah. Mr. Handi's car is more expensive than Mr. Halim's car. Third, superlative degree. It is a kind of comparison to compare one thing with another thing or more than one thing. Rules: it is one or two syllables, adjective plus is, put the before its adjective. Don't put then after its adjective. Example, Yuva is the smartest student in her class. Rules B. If it's 3 or more syllables, just put the and most before its adjective. Don't put then after adjective. Example, it is the most expensive car in the world. Valencia is the most beautiful girl at our school. Next. There is an exception for irregular adjective forms. Look at this table carefully. Example, he is the best. My father is elder than your parents. The oldest kingdom in Indonesia is Kutai.
I will start the presentation about passive voice. Next. Passive voice is a type of sentence or clause in which the subject receives the action of the verb. The formula of passive voice is subject plus be plus past participle plus by agent. Example, first, active voice, I read a book. If changed to passive voice, will be a book is read by me. Second, active voice, he drive a car last night. Passive voice, a car was driven by him last night. The passive voice is used to show interest in the person or object that experience an action rather than the person or object that performed the action. In other words, the most important thing or person becomes the subject of the sentence. Example, the house was built in 2002. We are interested in the house, not in who built it. Sometimes, we use the passive voice because we don't know or do not want to express who performed the action. Example, all the cookies have been eaten. We don't know who has eaten cookies, and maybe those who make the sentence do not want us to know who has eaten the cookies. However, if we want to express who or what is performing the action in passive voice, we use the preposition by. Like example number 1, a book is read by me. The passive voice is often used in formal text. Switching to the active voice will make your writing clearer and easier to read. Next, how do we change the sentence from simple present, continuous, future, or maybe perfect to passive voice? As you can see inside, we can use the formula. If sentence is simple present, we can use subject plus to be plus verb 3 by agent, or subject plus is, am, are not plus verb 3 tense. Example, Andy turns on the TV. Will be the TV is turned on by Andy. Second, continuous. We can use subject plus to be plus being plus verb 3 by agents. Example, my mother is making some cakes. Will be some cakes are being made by my mother. Third, future. We can use subject plus will or shall plus be plus verb 3 by agent. Siska will buy some books. Change to some books will be bought by Siska. And the last one, perfect. We can use subject plus has or have plus been plus verb 3 by agent. Example, Anton has polished his shoes. Change to his shoes have been polished by Anton. Next, if the sentence is simple past tense, we can use subject plus was or were plus verb 3 by agent. Example, Andy turned on the TV. We'll change the TV was turned on by Andy. Second, continuous past tense, we can use subject plus was or were plus being plus verb 3 by a jam. Example, my mother was making some cakes. Will change some cakes were being made by my mother. Third, future past tense. We can use subject plus would or should plus be plus verb 3 by a jam. Example, Siska would buy some books. Will be some books would be bought by Siska. And the last one, perfect past tense. We can use subject plus had plus been plus verb 3 by a jam. Example, Anton had polished his shoes. Will be his shoes had been polished by Anton. Maybe that is enough for us. Thank you for your attention and see you.